Fight night. We were fighting. You were just dancing.
Oh, fuck, you're right. All right, redo.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, people of all kinds, welcome to the best show during the best part of the week, the end of the week.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Whoa! It's fucking fight night, baby! Welcome to the End of Week podcast. I got my guy Mike to the left of me.
What's up, bro?
I got my guy Jared to the right of me.
Ahoy.
And today,
Aye, Captain.
yeah, that's right.
At
Yeah,
ease.
yeah. Wait, what are we sailing every time you're on an episode?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, this is our second segment in the 172 Chronicles, all right? We're talking pain. We're talking heartbreak. We're talking everything, every emotion, every possible feeling that you can experience.
But this week, we're talking about violence.
That's fucking right.
We're talking about destruction.
Now, somebody across this panel back in the day was a bad
Man.
Boy.
a bad boy.
Okay, actually don't say that.
All right. Yeah. All right.
I take it back.
And you know what? It was Mike. Do you have anything to say before Jared takes us through the series of events that happened that fateful day?
All right, look. All I'm going to say is they can say whatever they want about this, okay?
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
going
here we
to
go.
I'm going to explain my side of everything at the end of it, okay? They can talk their shit. Look, he's already
was at
gearing
this
up to
moment,
fucking press some
Why
buttons.
the
All
fuck
right.
Why you always run?
No. Okay,
I didn't even
all right,
say
let
anything.
him
What
say
am I
his piece.
lying
Let him say
about?
his piece.
That's all I'm going to say. I'll keep all my commentary at the end unless they want to ask me a question or something. But what I will say is this is the second time now that I'm in the hot seat for something, okay?
Here we go.
No. We did the Nicolette thing. Now we're doing this, right? Okay? So I'm just saying we need to start doing some stuff about Rob, and I will make it my life's mission to do it. So
Wait, and we could also do stuff about Jan.
yeah, we can, but Jan's in Puerto Rico.
That's when you say, who's Jan?
Oh, who's Jan?
All right.
Anyway, my point still stands. He's trying to derail it. I'm gonna start putting Rob in the hot seat. That's all I'm saying. I'll do it, but we're gonna start bringing stuff up. about
You just have the best stories, bro.
That's, I can't argue with that.
All right. Well, go ahead.
All right,
Listen,
Jared.
one thing that you have to understand about Mike was Mike's a savage. He's a bad motherfucker.
You got that right.
He's a bad man.
Got that right. He may not look like it right now, Nice polo, Ralph Lauren, button to the top.
I will say I did used to be an asshole back in the day.
Don't let that outfit,
An innocent smile fool you.
don't let that look fool you. Under those clothes, that's a bad man. That's a man who I can only aspire to want to be in my lifetime. And he still is a savage and he's that guy. So
You want to make out with him?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I do.
All right,
And I've
take
been
us.
trying to for a while.
Okay. Take us through that fateful day on 172 fight night.
It was
Also, this was in high school. Oh, wait. I can't talk, right?
freshman year of high school.
Freshman year of high school. But it was with someone who went to 172.
Who also went to 172.
Are you starting to see the theme of this series? Take it off, Jared.
Let's get a little backstory. So we'll call him Matt. So Mike and Matt were beefing for some time up until this point. I don't remember what you were beefing at. You can explain that story. I think it was over a girl. I think Matt had a girlfriend and Mike fucked her. and Matt found out about it. So Matt said, we need to settle our differences one way or the other. And Mike says, no, we're gonna fight. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. So it was one day, it was at 172, and I think it was like the first day of like spring break or some kind of, I think it was it spring break or
I mean, you're just completely making stuff up now, so just go for it.
No. When did we go to 172?
Yeah,
No,
I think it was like the first day of some kind of break because
100%.
everybody was at the park.
Right. It was one of those. It was an afternoon where we're at the park, and the 172 park is huge, and it's really split into two parts. There's a basketball court on one side, and on the other side, you have the playground, you have the handball court, and you have like the jungle gym and everything else. And everybody was there. It was first sake. So everyone's playing basketball. And then on the other side in the playground, there was a huge crowd of people there. Apparently, it was fight night, and Mike was the main event. But we had the co-main. Apparently, a lot of fights were going on that day.
Yeah, there was 100%. There was 100% something in the air. I don't know quite what it was, and honestly, it probably has a lot to do with like the breed of student at 172 or who previously went to 172. But when Mike walked in to the park and
Well, you're
Matt,
getting ahead of yourself.
Well, we're not up to that part yet. We're not up to that part yet. So a lot of fights happened, but Matt's playing basketball and Mike's on the other side of the park.
yeah.
He's on the way other side where all the fights are going on. Like there was there was multiple fights. Like one person got his turban ripped off. Like it was some wild shit going on that day.
Yeah.
And then all that testosterone got Mike fired up. And he rallied the troops. It was time. It was time to go to war. Now, all I remember was me and Rob and a couple others were just kind of talking in the basketball courts. I feel the ground start shaking. I look left, see basketball. I look right, I saw it. I saw Mike leading an army at the head of it, walking. It was a level of coolness that only I can only dream of wanting to be.
In all seriousness, it literally looked like King Leonidas in the movie 300.
It looked like
it did look crazy.
Leonidas leading his army of Spartans to the hot gates.
This is where we fight! This is where they die!
Mike was there, and he had the most powerful walk I've ever seen. He was walking. He had literally like 200 people behind him.
He was walking with purpose.
He was walking with purpose. Everyone knew it was the main event. And Mike goes up. He goes right up to the basketball court where Matt's playing. Matt kind of feels a little nervousness in the air. He turns around and he sees Mike. He sees Mike. He just a smile goes across his face. He drops the basketball. And it was go time.
No, but you have to describe how it kicked off.
I'm about to. Okay. So he drops the basketball. He goes up to Mike and he shoves him. He pushes him, and then Mike's like, "Oh, you really want to go? Let's do this." So Mike, they get into it. They start wrestling. Wait,
hold on. I thought Matt went up to Mike unassumingly at first with like the handout.
Well, what assuming you're gonna be? What is he supposed to assume? He's walking with 100 people, and they surround him, and he's in the center. And they were beefing at the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
They were beefing it was only a matter of time before it happened. So they're in the center. What do you think's gonna happen?
That's
so
fair.
they literally start. You ever see a college wrestling meet? This is what happened. They start fucking. You know what I mean? You start wrestling with each other. They don't even realize. So, unfortunately for Matt didn't realize how much of a savage and how much of a killer he was dealing with. So he picked up Mike over his shoulders, and he throws him down. He throws him down on the floor like Batman versus when he fought Bane. And the fight was over. Matt stood victorious.
Wait. You said Matt picked up Mike?
Over in a fireman's carry. And practically F5 Brock Lesnared him onto the pavement of the basketball court. And then Mike got up and shook his hand and said, "Hey, nice job." But at that moment, the fight was over. And
then what happened to the horde that was following Mike in a battle?
I mean, they were in disbelief as was I. I mean, I didn't want to see that anything happen to my boy Mike. I mean, I thought it was a done deal. I mean, this kid's like 4 feet tall. Matt's like 4 feet tall. I thought it was a done deal, but he's like 4 feet tall, maybe like 90 a buck.
Soaking wet.
Soaking wet.
Damn,
Soaking
man.
wet. And
Damn.
my heart was pounding. I just didn't want to see anything happen to my boy. You know, I'm a softie at heart. I don't like seeing anything violent happen to my boys. So I was nervous.
But we don't take anything away from Mike because you know what?
No, you know what? One thing I will say, like most people, like they wouldn't have done it, but Mike went through with it, and he went through with it in like one of the coolest ways possible.
He did.
That was if I ever aspired to be that cool, that would have been like one of the. All you needed was a picture of Mike with 100, 200 of the school kids behind him following him. Like that was one of the coolest things one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Honestly, that would have been fire. If there was a picture of that, everything that happened.
There to be a picture or a video. I'm surprised the video of this doesn't exist.
If
but-
Mike had picked up,
Well, you know what to do.
I got my editing cut out for me. It doesn't matter.
If Mike had
here's what
picked up
happened.
Matt,
if Matt walked over to him, picked him up, and choke slammed him, it would have been It would have been like the highlight of. It would have been one of the coolest moments of Mike's entire life. But what happened with Mike is the equivalent of in the NBA when somebody crosses somebody over, he breaks their ankles, shoots, and they miss.
bricks it.
And
Yeah.
breaks it. He had everything going. All he had to do was win the fight.
Finesse,
All
momentum.
he had to do was win the fight, and Mike would have been the man. Mike would have been that guy.
Yeah. Damn, man. That could have been that would probably have been your peak.
All right, can I say what like actually happened now? Because like
He just did.
Yeah, okay.
I just did.
All right. Okay. You can give your version of the story.
My
All right.
version of the story.
right.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, let me give some backstory. Because number one, the entire thing that you said in the beginning was just completely fake. So,
It was at this.
Why the fuck you lying?
Are there any other ones you want to add?
all right. So, this all started, right? So, we're just going to say my friend in school, say his name is Jay. Because me and Matt were very similar in size. So, it was like a good matchup, right? So,
I knew that was how it actually started.
It is a
I
good
knew that was how it
matchup.
actually
So-
started.
It is a really good matchup.
So Jay one day came up to me in class, and Matt didn't go to my school. Like he went to a different school, but we all went to 172 together. So did Jay. So he's like, "Yo, who would win in a fight, you or Matt?" So what am I gonna say? Said me. He's like, "Okay."
Wait a second. Who was the friend? Just bleep it.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right.
Always starting stuff.
So, whatever. So he asked me that one day. Whatever. No, I don't even think about it. Then 2 days later, he comes back. Yo, I talked to Matt yesterday. He said he would beat your ass. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, tell him I'll beat his ass. And it just kept going back and forth with the middleman.
No, how about this is more realistic? Mike was like, "No, are you kidding me, bro? I'll fuck him up."
Okay, I don't know what I said exactly.
You said it. He said it himself. He said he was an asshole back in the day.
No,
That's
I'm
how
sure
we
I
would say
did.
it.
Yeah, I'm just saying the story. Whatever. So it goes back and forth for a couple days. So then, again, I don't know, because it definitely was the first day of spring break or whatever. And then so my high school was really close to 172, so everyone from there would go. You guys would all go. Everyone would hang out at 172 back in those days. So I guess because it was the first day of spring break, everybody was scheduling their fights for then. Literally. It's not like fights just started breaking out. Everything that happened that day was pre-planned.
Coordinated.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
It was like a UFC
So
card.
basically,
Co-main, main.
We got the prelims. Oh my
the main
God.
event, Mike versus Matt.
Holy
so that's
shit.
yeah, I mean that's basically what it was. So yeah, so I guess Jay probably coordinated it. I don't really remember how it came to
Instigator.
be. No, he instigated it, but I'm saying maybe he was the one oh, so you guys could just fight on this day here. And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? As a freshman in high school, a lot of people in my high school were getting into fights. They were all tough and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I want to be in a fight. Sure, I'm down. Let's do it. Let's do it. But I didn't think it was anything that serious, right? So the Leonidas thing that Jared was referring to was pretty much just because, you know, obviously this got around my whole school. Everybody wants to come and watch, blah, blah, blah. So it basically was just all of us walking from our high school to 172. And that's why I was in the front. That's basically what he was saying. I did feel cool, though.
Wait, no.
You looked it too, buddy.
The walk happened after, like, the other fights.
No, but I remember we had come in already. Like, we walked there together, like a big group, and then maybe we were over there, and then
Bro,
we
can you
walked.
imagine walking into a fight with 200 of your boys?
I think I had my
behind you?
skateboard, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Can you
But-
imagine walking into a fight with like 200 of your boys who got your back behind you?
They did
At
have
the
my
head?
back.
I
At
tell you
the
what,
head?
I'm not losing that
You're
fight.
not. You better not.
Well,
lose.
no,
I'm not
You
losing
better
that
not
fight.
lose.
But it wasn't anything, like, serious, right? So then whatever. I go over to Matt, and
No,
I'm
it was
like...
serious.
So I originally, like, walked up to him, like, not doing anything. Like, I was just like, oh, or like... Or, you know, I didn't say this, but I'm just like, oh, are we actually doing this, blah, blah. So then it's where Jared says that he pushed me. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we are doing this. So then we fight for a little bit, and then he didn't lift me over his head. He, like, I don't know
Bent
what
me
he did.
over his knee.
No. he did some weird shit, and I ended up on the ground.
Why the fuck?
He did some weird shit. I ended up on the ground. I lost the fight. I'm not saying I did it.
What kind of weird shit are you talking about?
I could try to demonstrate it.
Please.
So it's kind of like
You want me to stand? I'll stand up.
you don't have to stand
You-
up. It's
you
gonna
be
take
Mike,
it's
you be
gonna
Mike.
take 2 seconds. Yeah,
You be
you don't have
Mike.
to stand up. You don't have to stand
all
up.
right, all right.
So yeah, pretend like I'm Matt. He's Mike, and we're fighting or whatever. And then he did like some weird thing like this.
What the
Wait,
fuck?
what the hell are you talking? Wait, what?
That's what he did.
He put your head. He put your head down.
No, he like put his
tried to
weight
scrunch
like
you?
on my head, and then I fell. He didn't pick me up.
What's your head doing down there?
No, like he like lifted his arms and then like put his weight on my head.
Wait,
You know what that's called? You know what I do when I go up to one of my boys and I put their head down? I'm just like,
That's not what I'm saying though. He didn't do that. All right. Either way, it's not important. It doesn't matter.
Wait, but what about when he broke your spine?
Oh my god. Okay. I ended up on the floor. Okay. I lost the fight
you sure
in
did.
front of literally all of my friends. I got bullied for like 3 years about it, but specifically by these two. But whatever. And
It was at this moment that he knew.
how did I fuck up? That's not true.
What? No, I'm saying at the end of all that is when you realize, you fucked up.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's really it. I don't know what else to say. I lost.
I don't think there's anything else left to say, to be
that-
completely honest. Man.
that could have been so much more. All
Well,
you had
wait.
to do was win that fight, man. It's all you had to do.
Yeah,
What did
my
you-
life would
what did
be,
you
we
learn?
would have flying cars right now if I had won that fight.
Honestly,
We wouldn't
probably.
be doing this. I'd be on an island. We'd be on an island right now by the beach.
Feet kicked up, baby.
Yeah.
What did you learn from this?
I don't know.
Throw the first punch?
No. I guess don't let people manipulate you.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Because when you approached Matt and you said, "Oh, what are we doing?"
I didn't say I said that.
You went up to him with intent.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was like serious though.
Well,
You
why
had
did
an army
why did
behind you.
bring in- you had an
Well, but
army
it was
with
like
you.
it was fun. Like I don't know.
What kind of fun is that? There were multiple fights before that.
Yeah, but we were like boys in middle school, so I thought it was like just like for
This
fun.
wasn't in middle school.
No, I know that. But
So would you say that you maybe felt a little bit blindsided?
no, I mean fully fair. I lost.
So you were going into a fight not thinking that you were actually.
No,
gonna
I'm not
fight?
using that as like an excuse. I lost.
No, but we're just asking.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
Oh no, I thought I was going to fight, but I didn't think it was gonna be like. I don't.
You
know.
didn't think it was on site,
Yeah,
essentially.
I guess.
Yeah. Like.
Matt.
Oh,
Matt.
fuck. All right. Nah, man, that was man. Holy shit. All right.
By the way, I would love to tell this story. It's Rajat's story to tell, but I highly doubt we can get Rajat onto this podcast.
Is it the one that I had told you?
Where he smacked the Gatorade out of Rajat's hand.
Yeah, we'll do that another day.
Who
But
did that?
Matt,
Yeah.
bro, he like Rajat.
Yo.
Rajat
I told
he
Jared
had
this
a
the other
Gator-
day.
he
I
had a-
don't think you knew this until the
No,
other
no,
day
no,
when
I knew.
told
No,
you.
no, no.
Or I
Rajat-
reminded
no,
you.
I knew. Rajat had a Gatorade in his hand and just smacked the shit out of it, and it got all over. And it
But
got all over.
let's
him.
talk about this another day.
Matt,
Dude,
Matt.
Matt is a vigilante.
This
Holy,
kid was,
oh my
he was
God.
he was a little prick. This kid. I mean, he was a little.
All right.
He was an angry little. This kid.
Oh my god!
Like he needed an ass kicking.
All right.
and I failed. I guess.
He needed an ass kicking, and we sent the best we had. We sent the best we had, and this is what we get. Now he's gonna continue to be a little prick.
He really beat Mike's ass in front of all of his friends.
Mike's like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
I just want everybody watching this at home to imagine that this happened in early high school, and I had to hear about this probably until we graduated high school. Not just from them, but mostly from them, but from basically everyone I knew.
Yes.
So
but had you won the fight, you would have been the man for ever since the end of high school.
I was already the man.
You still are the man, but you would have been
Yes,
like,
of course.
you would have been that guy.
You would have been a god.
Look, luckily in my high school, respect didn't go down for me, so it was okay. But
And
you two, let me tell you something. When I got home that night, and I remember we had gotten on Xbox, I was like dreading going on Xbox because I knew like what was about to transpire.
And after all this talk, the only badass at the end of the day was Matt, who fucked him up in front of all of his boys.
Yeah, we gotta get Matt on the podcast.
Bro, he's a little prick. He's a little shit. That kid, and he's probably still being a little shit.
No, because the moral of the story is, while things like this can happen while you're younger, you grow and you mature and you learn that sometimes it's just not worth it.
You hire somebody who can get the job done for you.
That's a fact. Work smarter, not harder. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, next time we're doing something about Rob's past. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
No, look, we did Jared, we did me. Now we're doing something about you.
I have
God damn. All right.
no, don't get me wrong. I have some good story. We can talk about. I have some funny stuff to talk about me if you want.
No, but we got to do something about
roast
Rob.
me. There's plenty. Look. I know.
Have
plenty.
I wronged you?
I know
No,
plenty.
but it seems like every time we do something like this, it's always against me. And I have no problem with that, but we got to distribute
you just
it a
have.
little
That's
bit.
fair.
You
That's
just have
fair.
the
That's
best
fair.
stories.
You do have unparalleled stories.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Let us know in the comments. Have you ever gotten into a scuffle while you were younger? How did it go? Did you win? Or did you shamefully lose in front of everyone who has some form of significance in your young adult life?
Let us know.
It
in the
really
comments.
was like everyone.
It sure was, buddy.